Bhante G has a whole chapter on attitudes for meditation, beginning on page 45 of the text. As he states, we create part of the world we view by our attitudes, a modern scientific reality that has been known to Eastern mystical science for a very long time. He elaborates on several, including, don't expect anything. Sit back and see what arises with an experimental attitude. Don't strain or make great efforts. Don't rush. Don't cling to anything and don't reject anything. Let what comes come. Let go. Learn to flow with all the changes that come up. Loosen up and relax. Accept everything that arises. Be gentle with yourself. Becoming who you are entails complete and total acceptance of yourself. Investigate yourself. Question everything. Subject all experience to intense scrutiny. View all problems as challenges, opportunities to learn and to grow. Don't ponder. There will be a time for contemplation. When your mind wanders or is distracted, simply use any distraction as a helpful reminder to return to your meditation without frustration. Throughout the course, we will be discussing helpful attitudes and behaviors for creating the conditions that support and encourage the expansion of consciousness from what might be called small mind to big mind, so to speak. This development is a big step towards no mind, that paradoxical state of self, no self. We will also be talking about distinctions that are made when referring to such concepts as mind, as this word is used in several contexts. You will have noticed that each week something new is introduced in terms of methods and techniques for you to experience and practice with. These are tools that you may continue to use, modify, combine with others, or choose not to use at all. The finger pointing at the moon is not the moon, and these tools and techniques are not the ultimate aim of meditation. Rather, they are a means to the end. Mantras are sounds that are used for focusing the mind. The simplest form is to pair a chanting with observing the breath, such as using a word such as one, which can refer to the number one, as well as the concept of one as in unity. Or it can be any word that serves both relaxing and focusing the mind, such as peace, calm, relax, love, or anything really. A similar simple mantra used in connection with the breath is to count breaths, such as up to 10, then starting again. If the mind wanders from counting, just return to 1 and begin again. In other words, say out loud or just in your head, 1, 2, 3, and so on until you reach 10 and start again at 1. If your mind wanders, as soon as you notice, just begin once again at 1. Bhante G gives us further examples of this beginning on page 60 of the text, as well as considerable elaboration. There are many more complex mantras that may be used for much the same purpose. It is part of the Transcendental Meditation tradition for the teacher to give the student a personal mantra, although often the same mantra is given to many students, such as my name, which is pronounced ma nama. Other mantras are familiar, such as Om, O-M, or Om, A-U-M, and chakra meditations have a similar syllable for each chakra, such as Lam, Yam, and so on. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Shivanam, etc., are other familiar chants. Many cultures and traditions are rich with chants, mantras, and toning that have gained much significance and power over the centuries, as literally millions of devotees have engaged in such chants, creating a resonant morphic field that resides in the collective unconsciousness and is evoked by the sound of the mantra. For centuries, the available technology consisted of bowls, chimes, bells, tuning forks, bones, horns, flutes, cymbals, drums, and other percussives, which are still in use today, having the same resonant effect. In modernity, we have many electronic devices for producing recordings of monks and musicians, as well as virtually any vibrational frequencies desired, including whole systems such as HemiSync, HoloSync, and Psychic Acoustics, to name just a few. It is now commonplace to have recordings of any frequency or series of frequencies, including delta, theta, alpha, beta, gamma, and the Schumann resonance of the Earth, for meditation and vibrational medicine, as well as transmissions from extraterrestrial sources, including ships and crop circles, and on and on. We will demonstrate and experiment with these. There is even an app available on the website at cseti.org for resonant tuning and contacting ETs. Yantras are visual symbols, images that may be both simple and complex. On page 64 of the text, Bhante G. mentions several images which he calls signs that may appear in the mind as a result of subtle breathing: a star, a round gem or pearl, a wreath of flowers, and several more. The possibilities of yantras are infinite and may include images of both a personal as well as a collective nature. A candle flame is one of the most fundamental yantras extensively utilized, and is both simple and apparent as well as profoundly subtle. Observing a candle flame, you will notice several things. Just as in all experience, the flame is real and yet impermanent, arising and passing away in each moment, actually faster than we can say perceive. It has both a very fine and specific, one could say concrete, shape and form, even as it moves, wavers, flows, and flickers about. There is a mini triangle or three-dimensional tetrahedron low and close to the wick that is similar but not identical to the larger, flowing, triangular three-dimensional shape of the larger form. Or you may discern several layers of this shape, the one closest to the wick being the most steady, while the closer you get to the tip of the flame, it may be dancing about with different rhythms and quite a range of motion. You may even notice subtle little bursts of flames breaking off from the tip as it casts about in every direction. You will also notice that there is both the acute image of the shape of the flame as well as a simultaneous glow or aura emitting from the flame and extending all about. In fact, as you shift your peripheral vision to observe this aura, you will notice it expands a surprising degree away from the acute flame, extending quite a way into the room, and perhaps even filling it with light. This phenomenon is a quite remarkable physical metaphor for the act of meditation itself. It appears as if from nowhere, expresses itself in a variety of ways, both concrete and subtle, is both specific and abstract, utilizes and integrates both the left and right brain, and leads us quite beyond itself, all from the simple observation of a candle flame. Yantras may be icons or artifacts from different traditions that are universal, but also may have been given to the student personally by a teacher. They may be photographs, paintings, sanghas, mandalas, sand paintings, drawings, images of deities from the various traditions, sacred geometric shapes, fractals, and in our modern age, all sorts of digital images, including movement. There are wallpapers and screensavers for your computers, as well as apps for your smartphones. Often images and charts of the chakras will be used, sometimes in concert with the chanting of the mantra that is associated with each chakra. We will be practicing and experimenting with a number of these techniques throughout the course. Again, this is a reminder to download the separate files to view and listen. Yantras may evoke powerful sensations, thoughts, and emotions, as well as deeply held and valued meanings and significant spiritual principles and lessons that are sacred and inspiring. Or they may simply give our monkey mind something to do in order to extend your conscious awareness far beyond the perceiving, interpreting, cognizing, and meaningfulness of your thoughts, beliefs, and values, however lofty and psychologically and spiritually gratifying. Similarly, many psychic and transpersonal states and abilities may be evoked and developed. While this is certainly true, it is not the final and absolute aim of meditation. It is a fundamental tool, however, that may be useful in many spiritual endeavors, such as psychic readings, past life regressions, holistic health and healing, spiritualism, hypnosis, remote viewing, telepathic contact with other beings, terrestrial, extraterrestrial, and celestial. Of course, yantras may be utilized alone and in silence, but are most frequently combined with sounds, including the many types of frequency representations and mantras that we have already discussed. It is to be well noted that while any and all of the techniques may be powerful and effective aids to meditation, the development of various abilities and serve a myriad of useful purposes, they are not the final aim of meditation itself. They are tools to create the conditions for us to develop ourselves in many ways, such as those listed above, but also to go quite beyond such abilities into the direct experience of unity and oneness. One could say to become a fully awakened, enlightened being. This is the ultimate and absolute aim of meditation. Read the words to the Mula Mantra. Click on the speaker icon to listen. Be patient. Give it plenty of time to load up. It starts slowly and very softly, but it will build, as you can see. Adjust the volume to your taste and chant along.
सच्चिदानंद परब्रह्मा पुरुषोत्तम परमात्मा श्री भगवती भगवते नमः। ॐ सच्चिदानंद परब्रह्मा भगवती समेत सच्चिदानंद परब्रह्मा पुरुषोत्तम परमात्मा श्री भगवती भगवते नमः। ॐ सच्चिदानंद परब्रह्मा पुरुषोत्तम भगवती समेत भगवती समेत श्री भगवते नमः। सच्चिदानन्द परब्रह्मा पुरुषोत्तम परमात्मा श्री भगवती 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 समेत श्री भगवते नमः। ॐ सच्चिदानन्द परब्रह्मा सच्चिदानन्द परब्रह्मा पुरुषोत्तम परमात्मा श्री भगवती 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 भगवते नमः। सच्चिदानन्द परब्रह्मा पुरुषोत्तम परमात्मा भगवते नमः। ॐ सच्चिदानन्द परब्रह्मा पुरुषोत्तम परमात्मा श्री भगवते समेत श्री भगवते नमः। सच्चिदानन्द परब्रह्मा पुरुषोत्तम परमात्मा श्री भगवते समेत भगवते नमः। ॐ सच्चिदानन्द परब्रह्मा पुरुषोत्तम परमात्मा भगवते समेत श्री भगवते नमः। ॐ सच्चिदानन्द परब्रह्मा पुरुषोत्तम परमात्मा श्री भगवते समेत श्री भगवते नमः।
Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 It is important to chant the mantras, not simply read them or listen to them. Although there is value in that, the actual sound from the original Sanskrit is a particular frequency that only has the full effect of the matrix behind it when it is chanted yourself using the Sanskrit pronunciation.
Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Agajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Maganisham Anekadantam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmahe Gajananam Bhutaganadi Sevitam Kapita Jambu Palasara Pakshitam Umasutam Shoka Vinashakaranam Namami Vigneshvara Pada Pankajam Namami Vigneshvara Pada Pankajam Mushika Vahana Modaka Hasta Chamara Karna Vilambita Sutra Vamana Rupa Maheshvara Putra Vighna Vinayaka Pada Namaste
And here is the contact information for our beloved Bhante Gunaratana, whose text is the only required reading for this course.